Hey Lawrence, how are you today? All right, let's get into it. We won an arm wrestling contest after this. Not much I can do about that. I don't know how that happened. I'm over here sawing, and it's just frozen. It got real weird there for a second. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I just looked over. And everybody was gone. Weirdest thing. I'm shaking everything off of it. Stop him a little short. I prefer the American saw. Oh no, did I break it? Or did I max it out? Either way, let's do this over here. I think we're beyond the heavy work, so to speak. All right. Hey, chat. I guess I'm done buffering. Started live, but saw you were on and ended it. Oh, man. I didn't mean to get in your way, brother. I would definitely love to go check your live out. I made that so tight. I think I needed to, though. But now it's kind of like in a position where I got to grip it with my pinky side of my hand. Making excuses for being weak. I will admit that in this little brace here, thank you, Gagey, that's a cool thing to say. It just has some slop in it. I don't know what I can do about that. I'm definitely going to try. Because it'd just be better without it. It's okay. It'd be better without that slop. Well, Gagey, I appreciate you being here. I really do. So, with files, with sandpaper, whatever, the heavier, the coarser, more it tears things up, but it gets material out of there fast. It's good for shaping. And I'm sort of using this to get down to my final shape. And then I'll start refining that final shape from that point. And it just keeps me from wasting too much time trying to knock material off with the fine tools. Know what I mean? Alright. We'll clean a little bit more of that up. And then we might go over to the belt sander. What's most important for us to clean up, in this part anyway, is get tight up to that shoulder so that we don't have to put the belt sander up against it. We'll get it down to its final dimension here. That'll save us some of that trouble. Belt sanders do not like right angles. not corners anyway. Oh my God. I didn't want to do that. Very fortunate for me that tear out or blowout is inside of this handle. That's going to be inside the mallet, so it won't be visible, but it's a cautionary tale. It is a cautionary tale. Because the other 60% of this chunk of wood is visible. Don't fight that grain too hard. You won't win. Let's see. Sorry, I gotta flip you around like that. Let's see if our mallet head fits yet. So what's in there? A little tight on the sides, seems like. But that could be glue we still haven't gotten rid of. So let's have that fun right now. Oh no, have we maxed out our tool yet? Maybe. Nope. I don't think I cleaned this one out at all when I blew it up. Gagey, something about just working is relaxing, ain't it? I get the same sensation, I think, when I'm watching carvers. There's a lot of glue on this side. You know you were getting a 3D show today. Let's see if clearing that out gives us exactly what we need. Yes, I believe it did. I believe it did. Now to shape the head. really am torn about which one to do first. Shape this or shape the head. I think I'm gonna shape the head first. Put you right here. Sorry. Let's see. I gotta get used to this thing. That's what we got so far. All right. First things first. Let's decide where we're going to cut this thing off. That's our opening. Let's go. Let's say 2 inches from our opening. We'll make this mallet a little bit smaller. On the small side. Same thing here. Now all I'm doing is marking for where I'm going to cut it. I'm also going to be mindful that I'm making my cut, my measurements square to each other. That'll save me a little bit of headache when I start shaping this. If you can save yourself some pain, feel like you should. You can quote me on that. I'm not going to bother with making a mark down here. I'm just going to go from here and here, 2.5 degrees both ways. And I don't want to knock some stuff over. Okay. All right. You're all familiar with this guy. Let me get him some power. That drives some power. I'm all right. Okay. I'm gonna go here. Down here's what I do to change that dimension. Said 2 degrees, but I changed it to 3 at the last minute. Because I'm a rebel. Rebel Dottie. Alona. Prettiest thing. Same dealio. Now, if you're doing this, right, we angle these pieces basically to catch the contour that we're hoping. But if you keep it tight at the top and let it drop, then you can put it flush against here and get your angle spot on. And that's what we need. Hi, back to you. Sorry I gotta do so much maneuvering. It's just the nature of the many power sources that I've got to navigate to have a reasonably appealing feed. I'm gonna have a quick drink of my little tea. Turmeric. Okay, that's about our mallet head. Of course, we've got to still shape it. I still feel like the best thing might be over there, but if we're gonna do that, I think we're gonna need to change the belt. I think we're gonna need to change the belt. We'll clean it first and see what we get. Let's go plug it in first, and then we'll see what we get. Whew. Did any of y'all come for the contest? Did any of y'all come to win stuff? I'm giving stuff away all month. What happened to my rubber ducky? I swear I lose that thing every single time. And it's always like just sitting somewhere, clear as day. But it's yellow beige, which is the color of every scrap piece of wood in this shop. So your eyes don't just go to it. It's crazy. I have no idea where I put it. I was sitting it there. It's not there now. I guess we are going to change this thing out. Alright, let's go ahead and change it. That's the next best thing to having a clean belt, is having a new belt. Now we just gotta find our screwdriver. Sorry, our wrench. cool down a little bit. If you look close, the dust comes right out of the center of that hole like a little chimney. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. James Barrow says, I want to do some bench joinery like this. Any suggestions for someone doing their first through mortars? I hear that the mortise chisels are great. I hear that a 3/4 inch mortising chisel would be great for that. I don't have mortising chisels or a mortising chisel, but this little guy does a great job. If this were a solid block of wood, this is what I'd go to for. And a mallet, and you can make your own mallet. You do not need to have a fancy one. It really can. Let me see. Don't drop your chisels. What I was going to illustrate is it could just be a chunk of wood. So all you're doing is hitting a piece of wood. You can hold a chunk of wood and do that. And you got the same thing essentially. All this stuff is just a more convenient way to do it. And of course you'll want to get to that. But if you're just getting started, you can get started without all that. mallet head. Mallet. Now, let's make this make sense. Yeah. Two things, we're gonna have to drill that hole. Go ahead and do that. I don't have a drill here. Haha, Geppetto. Pretty much. We get it going on either side. And we'll saw it down the middle. And then we'll shape this handle. We can go ahead and saw now, though. A lot of y'all said, hey, what's up to you? I'm sorry I didn't catch you sooner. It was better than catching you never. This was a wood. I might need my. Let's try it. Let's try it. Apply to the pull saw. Why is my monitor out? My fault, y'all. And glorious. Now we can shape this however we see fit. To the Sculptinator. Soldier, I know it's not a popular opinion, but I'm not a Festool fan. Same reason I don't own an iPhone. I think more of their products than I do. Well, yeah. That's a mallet. I would say sizable gap. So let's get us some wood to put in it. Let's go with that. Let's make a mark. It's just a pretty wood to use for almost anything. It's beautiful. A dock. I don't think I said that right. And see what else we got. Not bad. Shimming material. Splinter in my hand. Ugh. Yikes. Alright. I don't know why it was my reflex to show you that. My bad. My apologies. And we're gonna need a official wedge too. So let's get it cut. I want it to be something a little bit stronger. A little bit stronger. Wait a quick second while I rip the piece. right there on that cut. Let's go ahead and throw some glue in that. Then I'm going to knock these down a little bit real fast. Maybe I should have put on eye protection too. I'll never understand festool drills, like they can't be that much better. Ugh. Being a guy who works with steel and some wood, because I love to watch the woodworkers. Hey, right on. Glad to have you, Holmes. Glad to have you here as well. This one in the middle has got to be the one to go first. Now, let me get my slightly narrower mallet for this kind of thing. They're all in there. Let's take it to the chop saw. Ugh. I got a gap in my shoulder down there. You see it? Ugh. Nonetheless, we ride to the chop saw. Nonetheless. I didn't mean to hurt you, baby. Shut up, you. Sometimes my mounts get occupied by junk in the way. I cordially and humbly invite you to turn. I'm not going to do all that work just to burn it up. So, plenty of wonderful trash in my freaking way. There you go. Yeah, definitely new belt. Burnt that joint up. That old belt that served us well. Got us replacement over there on the wall. Let's see, maybe. Let's try this. Little chamfer. Like I said, to break those corners. Makes it a lot more durable on these edges when they're not 90 degrees. Sadly, we have a miscalculation. I am going to attempt a repair of it. Haven't done this before, but hopefully it'll work. That's really what I need. Look how wavy that wood is. It's kind of crazy. It almost makes what I'm trying to do seem impossible. But before we give up, We're not quitting. That's close. That's mad close. Oh, where's the... I need a heavier file. There you go. All right. That's so close. That's so close. That's so close. I ought to be able to slice. It's so narrow, this tolerance. What? Bad cut. But this is our best chance to get it to disappear. It may not. This is our best chance. Got the same wood. Trying to glue it. Get it to go in there. Very. It's about the thickness of a blade. My saw blade. Or maybe half that. So close, y'all. Do I have a coarser file, maybe? We're certainly nearing paper thin if we ain't there yet. Jesus. I know, y'all. A ridiculous amount of obsession. Maybe some diligence mixed in. Maybe. But mostly obsession. This could be one of the more finer parts I've ever had to negotiate. I think I'm real close now. we are. Ugh. Ridiculous. I know it. I wish I could be different. I'm not like you, alright? I'm not like you and Dad. It's not like that for me. I would like to thank all of you that made this possible. Geez, where to begin? So many of you have contributed, spent your hard-earned time and dollars. Finishes the repair in an empty room. All right. Hey, Derek Jones, how you doing? You got here just in time. Everybody else in here is sick of me. Just send a big old flow dowel right through there. think I will eventually. I've been watching since you put the wedge in. Oh, since I put the wedge in. Oh, got it. Thank you. Gonna go to bed. I'll see you all soon. See you later, Gagey. I'm glad you finished your projects, man. I'm gonna go over to your page and check you out after I get off of here. See what you've been up to over there. You can drop your link if you want to show your work here. I'm sure anybody in here would be willing to go see. Would love to go see. Gagey's got some good stuff started. Christy knows what I'm talking about over here. This is a joiner's mallet. And it is all oak, and it is done. We're gonna go ahead and clean it. Put some stuff on it right now. Some stuff on it right now. Our stuff of choice is boiled linseed oil. And I think what I'll do is just put it all over here. Guess I could do the handle first. Let's see how that looks. Where's do you need my address? Kevin Willis? Ellis. I keep saying Willis. Do I need your address for what, Kevin Ellis? All right, you got me. Maybe I'll stay a while. Boiled linseed is my go-to. So expensive. Yeah, but man, it stretches. Like, you can use it for a while. Look at that. Always like when that oak shows up. Let's see. But I have used this same bottle on literally dozens of projects. I've had it for 6 months. Shut up, I'm just now realizing and seeing what you're seeing, but we'll fix it later. We'll fix it later. All right. My soul is now filled with joy. Kevin says to send you the mallet. Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe, Kevin. This might be yours. Look how it changes. Changes. You want to be generous with it, but these edges always take a lot. They just soak it up. That end grain, but look at it. But the top is always the exciting part. Do the sides. Wonderful. The other side. oak-tastic, and then the top. Ooh, it's always the wedge. It's always the wedge that shows out at the end. And that's our basic joiner's mallet. Definitely gonna put a ferrule through there, and then maybe so I can put a hook, hang it that way. What's in the middle layer? Oak or something else? That middle layer is poplar. Oak and poplar. This thing is pretty much just those two woods, and then a couple of little wedges. How much wood do you use for that mallet on a regular 2, 4? Because I have a half that don't want to build or buy. Someone I'm dying to make one. This is all 3/4 inch stock. This, and this. And you can get these from the box store, both the poplar and the oak. And you can get them in various thicknesses. I will usually get them a little bit longer, cut them in half, and then I'll have 2. But you can get a board, a 4-inch, 5-inch board, and cut it and get all your pieces. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I rather like this one, but I'm sure I'll be sending it off to somebody. Don't know who yet, but stay tuned. Every single Friday until Christmas, I'm going to be giving something away. Fridays, though, 9:00 p.m. Fridays, I will be giving away something every Friday. This past Friday, clean it up. I'll be getting dust on stuff. This past Friday, CJ won Starry Night. We even did some epoxy repairs to make it roll with the handle. But it's my favorite knife. And now it belongs to CJ Crafts. And Miss Carrie, who's a member, also did a request and got this mallet that we made just for her. Great balance. And durable. You see? But that's what we got. That's what we're doing over here. Keep showing up. Enter the contest. Yeah, terrible catching. Terrible catching. Greetings from Belgium. Peace from Belgium. To Belgium from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, ordinarily, I'm kind of a shoe-in. I'm like a cinch on this mallet thing. I'm not much of a misser. But it happens. You see? Well, this one's only 20 minutes old, so maybe that's what we'll say. Trying to learn it. Nice curvature in the mallet. Thank you, Chris. What's your favorite tool you made you use daily or around the shop often? Definitely my mallet. And not this one, not this one. My most comfortable, and I just had it, so I don't know if I dropped it below my bench or what. I don't know what the heck I did with it. Just had it. Little wooden mallet, but it's a single head and it's got a W on it. And I carved it, and it's my first through mortise and tenon joint that I made. And I was very proud of it. I don't know where it's at, but I beat that thing up, but I use it all the time. That's my favorite tool, I would say. Thou mighty hunt. It is so, like, everything's the same color. Everything's brown in here, including myself. And when you look around, you're just glancing for something, all you see is the same color. So it's hard to just spot and identify something real fast. That's why I lose this all the time. It's the same color as everything in the shop. What are those on the top shelf behind you? Penguins? Happens to be the best, right? On the shelf behind me, it's my Stanley, my number 4 Stanleys up here. If that's what you're referencing. Oh, that's my, it's my mallet. It's my mallet. This thing is so comfortable. I made it very specific for my hand. Like each of these little dimples, each of these little divots make this thing feel like I was born with it in my hand. No problem, Chris. She's definitely been used. Yeah, I've used this one. I built decks with this thing. I've done all kinds of stuff. I recently put this little wedge in because it got wiggly and loose. And I just couldn't bear to try to knock it apart. I just put another wedge in and just keep rocking. So comfortable. So comfortable. But this is kind of my prototype. Like, as I go forward, my goal is to make a general comfort. Not as specific as this, but something that any hand be comfortable in. You want to be able to hold a mallet like this if you can. You know, some people will do it like that. But I tend to use my index finger if you're tapping on something. So that's why people often think my mallets are big. They're not. I got small hands. This is just a 4x4. But you want a little bit of weight when you're tapping a chisel. You don't want to, you want the mallet to do it. You just want to lift the mallet, let it drop, do the work, right? Feeling of making your own tools is amazing because I made a few chisels and a screwdrivers before with spare wood and steel. That's dope. I've never made a screwdriver or a chisel, but that's nice. You definitely got to make a mallet for yourself. It is very rewarding. It's one of my favorite things to do. Obviously, I got them all over the place. Are you building a Mjolnir from Norse mythology? That is what these joiners mallets very often get, I don't want to say mistaken for, because I don't know a whole lot about it. Hold on. But we do make a lot of mallets around here. I swear I lose stuff every 5 minutes in this place. But what I was going to show you were the earrings and necklaces. The mallet earrings and the mallet necklace that I made. But I think I took them upstairs to show my wife earlier. I don't think I brought them back down. But you can look at my shorts and you'll see it. Not my shorts. But you know what I'm saying. Shorts feed. I've got a lot of them. Make one for my God's Thor. Listen, I'll show you the closest thing I made to a Thor's mallet. It It didn't work in the long term, but I'll show you. That was the one, you know, with this detail that I did around there. And it was cool, but that detail is not good for hitting stuff because it just creates a weak point. And also, my X broke off into pieces because it's, you know. But I built some decks with this thing too. It's solid. But I did have copper wire in that groove and it came out. That's part of how it didn't work out. I did revisit the copper wire idea with that mallet. Copper wire inlaid into the handle. So, did it with that one. I've done a lot of experimental mallet things. For instance, this one. Pretty cool. DMX, this is specifically for demolition. I made the handle off of my demo mallet. So this thing, I can whack drywall down really well with it. So X gonna give it to you. That's for duty stuff. It's thin, it's narrow, it's really light taps, gentle stuff like cabinet work, cabinet doors. When I'm building those, this is good for that. This one I built, and I think it's beautiful. I'm afraid to give it away. So if somebody does want this one, but I must warn you, if you are doing hardcore woodworking, this will not be your mallet. This is not a power mallet. Because I made it fast and I made it with epoxy to hold it together, and epoxy turns out to not be great for wood to wood on heavy blows and striking. Would I like a building challenge? Heck yeah, I'm already in a mallet war right now. So Wes, I hooked you up with some knife blanks and a dovetail saw, and you can guess some of my cool dyed woods. You hooked me up? What? I appreciate it. Love the Wu chain. Thank you. I made that on the live as well. Along with another Wu chain. Sorry for the dust. A violin. Also quite dusty. A couple Africa pieces. MF Doom. But you know, we're doing stuff over here, so come around. So how does one enter the mallet war? Oh man, you just make a short, build you a mallet and talk some trash. Just tag me. I'm Boring DIY guy. We are both just back and forth to each other. He's a really fun creator that I like a lot. And so because he's been making mallets and I've been making mallets, we run into the same kind of ideas. So we've just been trying to outdo each other, and it's been fun. Okay, right on. I'm glad you joined up. Yes. So yeah, do it short. Call it Mallet Wars. Tag it. Tag me. Tag Boring Guy DIY. Look on my shorts feed. There'll be a few of them. But it's fun. It's just fun. It's friendly fun. We build a mallet. We tag each other, and then we admire each other's work. Really, is what it is. It's a very friendly competition. But I think I got done what I wanted to get done tonight. And I do have to give these away, all of them, each of them. I don't need to keep going. You know what I'm saying? I don't need more mallets. But if I do make more mallets, I'm going to just give more mallets away. I appreciate it, Gagey. Yeah, you can see the improvement. I've been doing it for maybe a year. Maybe a year. But they just keep piling up. And I've given away the best mallets I've made so far. And I do have some more knives to give away. So I'll come back, check out the contest, come up on Fridays, and I will always be here. Took a whiskey barrel and mounted a glass bowl sink on the top, made 2 doors in front, polyurethane that came out beautiful. Happy wife, happy life. That's a great thing you did there, Chris Taylor. That's dope. I had a client who had something similar made, but it was a tree trunk. And then they had a bowl sink inside of it with like a little spout as like a secondary sink in the kitchen. HGTV did it, but I came in and redid a bunch of stuff. They do stuff really fast and they don't do a great job always. But very generous group because these folks didn't pay for any of it. Hey, Lawrence, glad you're back. Let me show you what we did. Ugh. Finished it up. And I think I like it. May go into a giveaway. Not sure. May use this one a while. See how I like it. See if I like this new handle design. But it seemed to work. I know what this looks like. Stop looking at it. I'm gonna have to do something else in here, like a little carving or hole or something, just so you know I don't get no 12-year-old showing up in the chat. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate it. But I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate as many of y'all hanging out with me as you did and for as long as you did. And Lawrence, I appreciate you also coming back. Gagey, that saw behind you hanging, that's one of my saws I use everywhere and recommend taking your time and using that on the stuff because the result is better than anything else. Saw behind me. Oh, that coping saw? Yeah, that coping saw is intense. That handle looks kind of like my handle. Been looking like one since. Yeah, right on. Wake up. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to go hug my wife. And, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the follows and subscribes and all the stuff that you're supposed to do to keep seeing this. And I'm going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night, too. You too, Chris, Lawrence, Wake Up, Kevin, Gagey, everybody else. I know I'm forgetting a few people and I apologize, but I really did appreciate all the company I had tonight. Thanks everybody. Y'all have a good one. Remember, if I'm doing this, you can do this. The saws and all of that stuff, you can go buy this $7, $10 saw and make every cut that those power saws made. It just make it a little bit slower. You can get sandpaper and a power sander or just sandpaper and a hand sander and do all the sanding I did. It'll just be a little slower, but you won't have a bunch of people watching, so you can take your time. Definitely can do it. Got 2 fingers left. Right on. See y'all later, man. Have a good night. West Desert. Peace.